Hey, everybody. We are just days past the election. Mainstream media is claiming Joe Biden as the victorious winner of the presidential race. I know there are a lot of people holding out that that is not the truth and that the fight will continue. I believe President Trump is continuing to fight, and I hope that many of us will continue to fight. But here's the deal. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter whether we fight and he wins or whether we fight and he loses. It doesn't matter how many people are rallying right now with flags or how many people are complaining or how many people are posting or how many people, we're here in Colorado, right? So now people are like, oh, I'm going to leave Colorado. Okay, great. Where are you going to go? Where are you going to go? Because the next state you go to eventually can be turned to, because we're fighting the Communist Party now, right? So I'm sick and tired of it. I'm sick and tired of sugarcoating it. I'm sick and tired of not saying the truth. The truth is, the reason that we, if you want to say we being the Republicans, which I don't even know if that's a good we at this point, but let's say conservatives, people who value individual liberties, freedom, all of those things, right? You call them conservatives, Republicans, patriots, whatever you want to call, okay? But we lost. You want to know why we lost? Because of us. We lost because we have been apathetic with our head buried in the sand for far too long. I just was reading posts saying that the extreme liberal socialist movement is marching in places saying down with America. We have a would-be potential new president coming in next year that wants to destroy this country. By the way, he's only going to be president for a few months. Okay. Let's face it, guys. The whole Democratic plan here is to have him killed off and have Kamala as your president. So, the guy can barely hold it together for an hour. Okay. But here's the thing. People voted against someone. We had conservatives, Republicans sitting out on the presidential vote because they don't like Trump. They don't like President Trump. They think he's an asshole or he's this or that or he's whatever. Okay, great. So sit out. Now, I hope all you Republicans and conservatives who didn't vote for the president are really super happy at the result. I hope that all of you are first in line in the bread and cheese line, okay? Because you're the problem. You're part of the problem. Anybody who wants to sit around and pontificate and talk about how perfect our platform is, or that we can't stray away and that we have to be exclusive rather than inclusive and all of this other garbage, you're part of the problem. Okay, anybody who's sitting around crying and bitching about leaving Colorado, but you don't want to fight for it. So what? You're going to leave? Do you think that this fight is over? All the states are still part of the United States. You're still going to be subjugated to the federal government. Okay. Are you counting on the federal government implementing things that your state, wherever it is you think you're going to go, is just going to say, oh, we're not going to do that? You planning on moving somewhere that's planning on seceding from the United States? What's the plan, folks? What exactly is the plan? I went to the Adams County Republican Committee meeting Thursday night, and the candidates who, ran in the county, of course, not, a single Republican won anywhere, which I think is bull crap. I think that, I don't believe that that's how the votes came in, but whatever. What am I going to do about that right now? What are any of us going to do about it right now? What are we going to do about it? I went to the meeting. We had a priest there. We talked about religious persecution under the socialist umbrella. Is there anybody who understands that the candidates that have gone to this extreme liberalism are socialists? Anybody that doesn't already know that? Is there anybody that doesn't already know that one of the main objectives, one of the first, plays in the playbook for the communist plan is to destroy Christianity, destroy the churches, religious persecution? is this some new thing that we didn't already know? We know this. What are we going to do about it? Right? Now it's okay. Well, we have the Second Amendment. We have our guns. We have to fight. Well, when are we going to fight? What are we doing? Who among us right now is exercising our Second Amendment right, which we have, not to just shoot people stealing our car in our driveway, but right, we have that right because we are supposed to protect ourselves from a tyrannical government. Are we going to? What are we going to do? Am I calling for war? Am I calling for an uprising? I don't know. Take it for what you want. You can take what I'm saying for what you want. What I'm calling for is for all of us to figure out a way to come together. I've been campaigning for myself and for other people, signing petitions all year, getting involved in numerous activities, becoming a district captain and a vice chair of my house district, all kinds of stuff. I've been around a ton of people that are doing all the same types of things, campaigning and calling and putting flyers and doing this and that, right? And we still are where we are. So what are all those people going to do now? Are they done? Are they going to give up? Are we going to, what are we going to do? I've met people that are, starting all different kinds of groups. I started my own group this year, justify.org, right? Because I wanted to have some, unified means of bringing people together. We have MAGA rallies. I've met some great people through the Patriot Cruise. We have, North Colorado conservatives. We have, North Commerce City conservatives, conservative women, conservative men, this group, Latinos for Trump, I can't tell you how many different groups there are. Are these groups even talking to each other? Listen, if you are in one of those groups or you're part of the leadership of one of those groups and you are not regularly talking to all of the other people in all of those other groups, if you are a county GOP chairperson and you are not meeting with and talking with and coordinating with and strategizing with other county GOP chair people throughout the state, then you're part of the problem. If you're part of those groups and you're not coordinating, you're part of the problem. We will never win this back if we do not get together and become a unified group of people. It's not enough to just get people to think about not voting for communism, right? Don't vote for Democrats. Okay, just not voting for Democrats is not good enough. We need people to vote for something, to believe in something, to have a mission, to have a unified strategy, a plan, a value, a focus. Okay? It's not good enough anymore to just not vote for them. We have to draw people close. We have to draw people in. And we have to stop trying to exclude people. I see people that I consider other conservatives, part of the Republican Party, whatever, whether it's in social media or wherever it is, right? And I feel like there's these two extremes. There's either these people that are, they're so extreme and they're exclusive and they're the type of person, a personification that gives conservatives and Republicans a bad name. Right. And then there's this other Republicans that are like, well, we're the party of acceptance, and they totally are. There's a whole, the majority of Republicans are accepting. They don't really care what you do. And conservatives too. And the mass movement of conservatives right now, we've got to stop talking about just Republicans and Democrats. Okay. In Colorado, our unaffiliated voters are our biggest group of people. But they voted Democrat. Why are they doing that? When you talk to these people, are they really voting for the Democratic platform? Are they voting for, late-term abortion? They're like, yes, I want late-term abortion. I love late-term abortion. I want socialism. I want communism. I want to be restricted. I want to have my rights taken away. I want businesses to be shut down. Who's running around saying that? That's a very small group of people. You know what they're voting for? They're voting against. They're voting against the conservative, against the Republican candidate. And why? It's because of our image, our personification. It's not even because of platform or issues or any intelligent anything. right? Everybody's just running around voting against something, okay? And most of the time, they just accept all the other garbage. I want to know how many people voted straight line Democrat. Will raise your hand right now today. If you know anybody who would raise their hand and say, I love the idea of late-term abortion. I want that to happen. I love the idea of higher taxes. I very much want to pay 47% income tax to support socialism. I love the idea of killing free trade. I love the idea of destroying small businesses. I vote for that. I like that. I want that. I love that. How many Democrats that voted straight line Democrat believe those things? I want to take away a parent's rights to choose what is right for their child, whether it be where they go to school, what kind of medical treatment they get, whether or not they get an injection stuck in their arm. I want to take that away. I truly believe that all parents are bad, stupid, evil, ignorant people, and they can't make decisions for their kids. What Democrat really would say that? If you're out there and you're a Democrat, you said, I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you. I want you to raise your hand and say those things. I don't believe it. I don't believe that is the majority of Democrats or people who vote down the Democratic ticket. In fact, I think a good majority of them would say, no, I don't agree with any of that crap. But you know what they're doing? They're voting against. They're voting against something else. You know what they're voting against? They're voting against the personification, the image of the Republican Party and what they think it stands for. Ignorantly think that what it stands for. I can't tell you many people I've talked to, well, the Republican Party is only for the rich. Is it? Okay. Tell me that. How's that the case? What's the deal with that? Explain that to me. Show me that, how that makes sense. Or the Republican Party hates everybody. We do? Do we hate? We're not trying to regulate most things. We just want to mind our own business. We want you to mind your own business, me mind my own business, stay out of my house, my bedroom, and out of my pocketbook, right? But people don't even know that because we've created a personification, right? So people are voting against something. They're voting against Donald Trump because they don't like him, because he's rude, he's loud. He said a naughty word about a girl. Okay, I'm not going to repeat the word. Whatever it is, I don't care. But that's our problem. We are not voting for anything anymore. Who is standing for something? Who is saying this is our values and we're voting for our values? And until we get to that point, folks, this is as good as it's going to get. And let me tell you something, it's going to get a hell of a lot worse than this. A hell of a lot worse. So right now, if you're a conservative, if you're a walk away from the Democratic Party, you consider yourself a walk away. If you're a libertarian, okay, you hold all of these fiscal conservative values, but you're socially moderate. If you're a Republican, if you consider yourself a hardcore conservative, whatever you are, as long as you're one of the ones that's not saying, I'm going to vote blue or I'm going to vote for them or whatever it is. All of those people, if we could come together, this would never have happened. But we're all too damn busy sitting around and arguing and infighting and stupid stuff and everything else. And the GOP has abandoned us. I mean, I can't tell you how many people in this state ran races. They spent tons of their own money and gave up a whole year of their life and never once had any kind of support from the state GOP. And then people say, well, here's the deal. The state GOP's job is not to support, candidates throughout the state. Okay, so the state GOP's job is only to support President Trump and Cory Gardner. Okay, great. That works. It worked real great, didn't it? It worked great. It worked great for us. We didn't get President Trump or Cory Gardner and nobody else either. So great strategy, GOP. Wonderful. That worked really well for everybody, didn't it? And to all of you candidates who put in your own money, had your cars destroyed, who had your family targeted, who had were bashed and talked about and and whatever happened to you, yeah, you don't matter. Your race didn't matter anyway. So that's why the GOP doesn't support it. I mean, really, do you really expect the GOP to support you? What the hell? What the hell, people? How can we say we are a party and our own party doesn't support the notion of getting our people elected? Maria, hi. Priscilla, hi. Priscilla said truth. And Maria saying, I'm an American. Yes, me too. I'm an American. I love this country. What does it mean to be an American? Maria, what does it mean to you to be an American? What does that mean? If you were going to vote for someone that was supporting what it means to be American, what is that? And how can we find candidates and people to run an office that will exemplify what it means to be American, who will take that all the way? And how can we create a party of people, a political party, a unified group? You don't have to call it party, whatever you want to call it. How can we get people together to get behind and start to vote for something, for someone, for a value, for a real platform, instead of just voting against something? Okay? Freedom. Maria's saying freedom. Well, more than half the country didn't vote for freedom. So why not? Why don't they want freedom? Why do they not want freedom? Okay. I mean, people who've come here that are immigrants to this country and have gotten their citizenship here from countries, or people who are maybe first generation who have a very close understanding of this, or people who have studied, or I don't know, anybody who's even thinking, really, to be honest with you, I don't see how you could say you don't want freedom. So why is it that people are willing to give up their freedom, their liberties, destroy our economy, and do all of these things? Why are they willing to do that? They've been brainwashed, the media, the schools. They've been promised things. They've been guilted into believing that they need to sacrifice themselves. They have been guilted into believing that the only way to erase the stain of their guilt is to go into communism and give up 40% or 50% or 60% of their earnings to make everybody equal, equality, blah, 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 blah. Right? We've been guilted into it. When are we going to stop working from a position of guilt? When are we going to stop being divided and come together? I'm calling, please. I know my group is not big. They're falling for false promises. Yes, because we're just like, we're watching Channel 9 News and everything on there's the truth, right? Oh, everything is on there's the truth. There's this false promise of this utopian world where everybody is equal. Oh, how wonderful. That's hogwash. It's damn hogwash. Go to any country. You know what? All of you people that voted straight line blue and you don't even know why the hell you voted for it, take your butt to Venezuela. Go see what it was like in Cuba. Go take your butt to East Germany. Travel back in time. Go live on the other side of the East Berlin Wall. Go anywhere in this world right now in a communist country. Go live there. Go live in the utopia. Go live in it. Yeah, that's what I thought. Nobody's going because they don't even know what the hell they're voting for. Blinders. All these stupid signs that are on all these businesses that the stupid state put together for your mask mandate. Look at the sign, people. The little image of the man and the woman. Big fat mask. They don't even have eyeballs. They don't have any eyeballs. You know why? They're blind. They're blind. Just like most Americans are allowing themselves to be. My group is not big, justify.org. We're literal. We just started. But I'm telling you what, it is going to be my mission from God Almighty to take it and to make it into something where I bring these people together. So right now, if you belong to a conservative group, if you are a county party board member, if you are just anybody sitting in your house going, how the hell did this happen? I want you to message me. I want you to post a comment here. I want you to go to justify.org and fill out the form and give me information. Because can we really trust Facebook to be our permanent platform here? Our way of communicating with each other? We cannot. We need to start to find other ways to communicate with each other. How many people are you friends with on Facebook? How many of them agree with you? How many of them are conservatives? Tons. My videos, my posts, I'm getting 10 to 15,000 interactions. It's my stuff on Facebook is reaching a ton of people now. What good is that doing me if I can't find you 10 to 15,000 people the day I need to find you? Let me tell you something, folks, that day will come very soon. So if you are relying on this means, this mode to get a hold of people, stop it. Please comment, message me. I want to bring people together. Start talking to other groups. Bring us together. Become united. Let's find something to vote for. Please, please, for our children's sake, for the future of all of them, for the future of every child. Okay? Let's get it together. Maria, thank you for commenting. Priscilla, thanks for watching. Anybody else who's watching, you know, I have met so many wonderful people this year, and now I'm ready to continue the fight. It has been a horrible week. Let me tell you, the darkness is hard to fight off at times, knowing the challenges we are going to face. There is a darkness that has fallen, but we cannot allow that to overcome us, run us off, let us put our heads back in the sand. We cannot do that. Get it together, people. I mean it. Get it together and get everyone together. Stop voting against something and start voting for something. Fight for something. Live for something. Look forward to something. We can do it. And I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to stay right here and fight every way I know how. Every way I know how. Using my pen as long as I can. Right? Let my pen be my sword until no longer it can be. God bless this nation and everyone who is fighting. I hope I get to meet more and more of you in person. Please visit Justify, JUSTDEFY.org. I'm going to be planning in-person meetings and online meetings and start to do strategies to bring people together. I have to be part of the solution. It is imperative. Thank you for listening.